next story I'm going to share with you has been told to me by Joel, who's also one of our property investment advisors here in our Melbourne office. And this is a story about big rocks in the jar. So currently, if I set the scene for you, this couple are in their late 20s. Okay, so one of them's in the medical field and the other one's in the education and counselling area. So, you know, great people doing great things for humanity and society. Always love those stories. No kids at the moment, but we plan to have a couple of children. So they're rent vesting in terms of some of the work that this doctor does takes him into regional Victoria and also some work here in Melbourne as well. Now, the big rock in the jar for them was about getting a new family home. Okay, so making sure that they wanted to live a little bit closer to the amenity, to the lifestyle things that were important for them. So that was one of the big rocks in the jar. They also wanted to make sure that they could get that balance right between wealth creation as well as also making sure that they're enjoying their life along that way. So the best tip I can give for that is start early. You know, if you start early, you're going to be able to get to that end story. And then obviously the other most important thing in their lives are going to be the two children that they have as well. So what triggered them to come and have a chat with us was really around the sort of getting some direction and that indecision. Lots of choices. And I think Joel mentioned to me that one of the takeaways in terms of that's given them the confidence to move forward with their plan was to run multiple scenarios and look at different stories and different possibilities before settling on the final decision around how we're going to move forward. And so what that looks like is we're going to purchase a principal place of residence within the next 12 months. So we get that big rock in the jar and then we can start delivering in terms of property strategy around that. So that's a good news story. We're going to have the kids there though. So once we buy the principal place of residence, we're going to put the two children in first. So that's obviously going to impact in terms of cash flow. But then after that, we're going to be positioned to buy a couple more investment properties. So rent vesting means that they've already got one property, but they've moved out of that to live somewhere else closer where they get the better lifestyle amenity. So add two more investment properties to bring the total portfolio up to 3 solid properties, and you know, combine that with a super and their earning potential, especially one as a doctor, means that they're going to target $150,000 as their passive income by the age of 60 years retirement. So I think there's a good news story here in terms of getting that balance right. So there's going to be a bit of part-time work whilst raising the children, while the main breadwinner goes off and does his doctor's work or her doctor's work in terms of what that looks like. So they explored a couple of different options around scenarios. They worked out what their minimum requirements were, what their non-negotiables were in terms of what was important to them. They set those priorities up, and then finally they got clarity around their potential. So they took that opportunity to move forward based on a really clear plan that sets out what they need to do at each of those milestone steps. So great result there for Joel and his clients. They now take away the confidence and some validation around the right pathway to travel. So well done.